Kofi, another story. Saka. Sisia ena yenya ntie se ensembi eboba, but ye fresh story no ema yenko ensem emo.
The appeals court. Now, the former Maslok CEO, Sedina Tamakulu Etiono, Sabre reportedly, court no etna seno, ni case, for course for some time, started yache, and then, yes, in the year 2024, and a court no, etna say in her absence, court no, a ruling, Editiano say, she had been involved in cases of stealing, conspiracy, causing financial loss to the state. Can be my court no sentence to 10 years imprisonment. By then, now they say, oh my God, but then see how we pay my gun and they say, the judgment by Amasiciano appeals court etna semnosono, Siciano appeals court say, looking at the judgment they can according to the appeals court, said the former Maslok CEO, she should not have been sentenced as the prosecution could not prove the charges leveled against her beyond reasonable doubt. Okay, the charges are leveled the prosecution no Wontumi and prove charges are leveled beyond reasonable doubt. That because we did quite read their boni dear. So yes, appeals court no etna that is the ruling action for Sabri omo edi aba. Now for you to understand the case better, I am there looking at the case of Sedina Tamakulu. In the year 2024, and the Accra High Court finding it guilty on 78 counts, including stealing, money laundering, conspiracy, and then causing financial loss to the state. And so Emma said almost sentencing to 10 years imprisonment with hard labor. Now, during the time the proceeding now only on my gun because in the year 2021, Sedina Tamakulu to find the call US with the permission of the High Court said Okosiki medical treatment. But then by then now the trial it was still ongoing. However, she failed to return to continue the proceeding and was tried in absentia. Naturally, say only hot year, but then now Marama who can so met me at twice so now ometimi aka. So in 2024, 2021, 2024, and then the court a conviction on multiple charges, causing financial loss to the state, stealing, alleged misappropriation and diversion of state resources during her tenure as CEO of Maslok. So looking at that, I said after the sentence near dinner I was said almost extradition in the free US at the bar minimum na near say sentence no utimi be trying to say be answer. So she was extradited from the US and then returned to Ghana on the 9th June 2026. So subsequently she began serving her 10-year prison sentence at the Insawam medium security female prison on the 24th of June 2026. In Jobe PMO my Ghana on the 24th of June 2026, and I started serving a sentence. So I was serving a sentence. I want to finally appeal, sir, obe overturn the 2024 conviction and sentence by the Accra High Court. So in a written submission filed on February 10, 2026, and before that was before class here, back on my name. The legal team argue said the charges are, and I said looking at the charges they bore no to prosecute her and she said they failed to provide sufficient details about the offenses she was accused of committing. So the appeal challenged her conviction on multiple charges, including conspiracy to steal, including stealing, including conspiracy to cause financial loss to the state, causing financial loss to the state, causing loss to public property, improper payment of public funds, unauthorized commitment resulting in financial obligation to the government, money laundering, and breach of Public Procurement Act. So looking at the charges of Mujina, so the convicting, and no, and an illegal thing, no, I said there be. Share the charges on level and they weren't able to prove beyond reasonable doubt. Say as some now, and as a quad of their bono, naturally to different casa, ewa same minimum. Now, I said this is an appeal against the judgment of the High Court delivered on the 16th April 2024 and convicting and sentencing the appellants of the offenses of conspiracy to steal, stealing, conspiracy to cause financial loss to the state, causing financial loss to the state, causing loss to public property, improper payment of public funds, unauthorized commitment resulting in financial obligation to government, money laundering, and breach of the Procurement Act. So that is the appeal. The legal team at the ma said in a tamakulu at the koye. So looking at the appeal on the koye, no, I said. Quite do they are born in Ankasano, and now they say quite do not now evidence are provided to back charges they are born now. So I say I know then and I say now enough to convict your client. So yes, the lawyers argued that this violated Article 19 Clause 2D of the 1992 Constitution, which guarantees an accused person the right to be informed in detail of the nature of the offense being charged. The appeal further cited previous decision of the Supreme Court and Court of Appeal, which the defense said established that defective particulars of offenses could render a conviction unsafe. So said Natamakulo Tionu was first arraigned before the High Court in January 2019 alongside Daniel Axib, though that was when the case started. So in the year 2019, that was when it started. And says we said looking at said Neoma AC Air Cornea Deno after High Court sentence by no appeals court said the sentence by no the charges of Mujina conviction wasn't enough. So now we overturn the High Court decision. As Sia Kasaidi said Natamakulu, she has been acquitted and then discharged. Sisi eka say ni die nurse na asem no bibia nso no etimi akoso edia yes bibia nso etimi akoso edia you. So this is the report em for sabre eka yensa ye de emunchiremu enso bro, this is the report sabre eka yensa de emunchiremu nso no bro. So yes, we are going into other stories and some doors na ehwe onso nsem kakra
But let me bring in one person who also dominated the news this week, Paul Bochidankwa, his former government spokesperson, joining us via Zoom this morning. He was with Chairman Wontumi, and if you would recall, of course, by now most of you have seen that visual online. He came to court. At least he was the last man standing with Chairman Wontumi. Came to court with Chairman Wontumi and returned home alone, and he did that in quite a sobering manner. So let's bring in Mr. Bochidankwa just to find out a bit more about him. Good morning to you, Palgrave. How are you feeling today? It's Saturday already. I'm sure you're gradually getting over that sad news.
I cannot get over this. It's a very difficult one, and I'm not sure I can ever get over it for the rest of my life. Very good morning to you, and a very good morning to your listeners and viewers.
Let's do this. Why did you decide to go to court with Chairman Wontumi? At least many would say, I wanted to call you earlier this week, to be honest, because I was wondering what the connection was. Here's someone who's having a private matter before court, and yet you were going in. Was it because of solidarity, or you were doing that largely because you were working with Chairman Wontumi? On what grounds did you go to court with him?
So earlier in the year, after we were done with our flag bearership election, Chairman Wontumi indicated his intention to contest for the national chairmanship of the New Patriotic Party, and asked that I come along that journey. And